Hey guys, we are back from our
mini break.
Separation.
I know. Had separation anxiety.
Me too. But here we are. We're back with all of the data that we bring to you each week in our 5-minute weekly Placer County update. This week, I'm going to start off with the numbers. We had 166 new listings. That's up 28 from last week. We had 108 pendings. That's down 25 from last week.
Wow.
And 141 closed. That's up 30 from last week. Last week, if you remember, all the numbers were down, actually. So, and I attribute that to the rates and when they went up. We're seeing fewer pendings this week.
Yeah.
So pendings are tomorrow's comps.
It's tracking.
It's tracking, right? 49 were above ask, 30 were at ask, and 62 were below ask.
Wow.
49 had multiple offers, and 53 had concessions.
Yes.
So what we were saying is we were getting into how we were getting our buyers in those numbers, the below ask. For sellers, it's not great, but for buyers, we've been negotiating some good deals. I just got one for a buyer where we had $25,000 off ask. That's 4% off the list price, and on a $900,000 house, that's $36K in your pocket.
Yeah.
So we're negotiating seller concessions.
Now more than ever, with you, the stats prove it. 53 homes sold with some type of seller concession.
Yep.
So if I were buying today, I would be taking advantage of those stats and negotiating either repairs or credit towards closing costs. My favorite is instead of a price reduction, we're asking for a $10,000 or $20,000 credit towards an interest rate buy down, where we're seeing either 1 to 1.5% reduction in mortgage rates. And so we're being very creative to create affordability for our buyers.
Yep, absolutely. And we had one where we got $36,000 off seller credit to our buyers.
That
was great. Yeah. So as we're watching buyers, this is a time for you. This is not a time to wait and see if every house goes down in price, because then everyone's going to jump on and it's going to drive prices back up with the multiples.
Yeah.
So now is the time. We'll negotiate for you.
Don't wait for the market to become a seller's market, and now you're bidding $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 over list, but you got a low interest rate.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It's back to what we said. You're tripping over dollars to save pennies.
Absolutely.
So buy now, refi when rates drop.
Yeah. What's happening in the mortgage market?
So Freddie posted this afternoon that 30-year fixed rate average dropped to 6.48%. Last week, we were at 6.53%.
Wow.
Mortgage News Daily and Zillow published that rates were closer to 6.61%. This is still better than where we were about 2 weeks ago prior to you leaving for Florida, where we were hovering just under 6.8%. So the market is tracking or trending for the better.
Yes.
And I part of why I believe this is happening is because it seems like we're close to a deal with this war in Iran, right? So let's back up. Prior to this war in February, inflation was at its all-time low. We were close to 2%. And then as soon as this war hit, inflation rose up. CPI numbers were published in May. The BLS posted that month over month, we're at 0.6% higher than normal. And for year over year, we're at 3.8%. Gasoline rose by 5.4 in the month of April. Yeah. So with inflation going up, guys, guess what? Mortgage rates are going to go up too. Now, the good news is there's a deal that has been, there's a deal on the table.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Trump to sign it. The bad news is, today, Kuwait airport was hit by an Iranian drone. So there's this tug of war still between this war and mortgage rates. So it's very confusing for a lot of buyers. But again, don't wait. We've got, the 1.0 lender buy down that we're using.
We're making affordability happen for you guys.
We're making affordability happen. Alicia's, she's negotiating seller concession to buy down the interest rate.
We threw in personal credits ourselves for our buyers this last week. We each kicked down to make it work for these people. So they're deserving,
Yeah, so take advantage of the market. Negotiate. Sellers are willing to give the concession. Use the 1.0 lender paid buy down. We did one for a client today that we signed. We bought the rate down to, I think it was like 5.5%.
Yeah.
That would have been like a $10,000 credit.
Yeah.
But the lender covered it. So they're going to be paying at 5.5% for the first year. Take advantage of that opportunity. That program ends the month June 30th. So take advantage of it. We'd love to be a resource for you guys. Give us a call.
Like and subscribe.